What's going on, y'all? Welcome back for another episode Built by the Red Stick. You know, coming to you every Friday. You got the one, the only Ronnie LaDuff, Michael Oakley. It's our pleasure to bring this to y'all. What's going on, my guy?
Back for another episode, but we just had our lunch last week, and brother, the love, the shares, the subscribers, like we love y'all. We are so thankful for that. I think we had a great first episode.
Great premiere.
Yeah.
Great premiere.
And we talked about the where we been.
Where we been.
Now we got to...
Drum roll, please. First off.
Okay, I can't drum roll that long.
I know. First off, though, you know, I didn't get you a birthday present. You know what I mean? But better late than never. I know never late is better. I got a little something for you.
It better be
something for you.
All right. Let's see. Oh, it's up.
It's up.
It's up.
Built by the Red Stick.
Oh, it's up.
Come on.
Man, what
Come on.
But hold on.
It's just water. It's just water. We're on our health kick.
I promise it is. I know my employer's watching this. I promise you it's water. Oh.
Sounds so crispy hitting the cup.
Dang. Boy, hold on. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let them see that, boy. Oh.
My guy.
Dude, we got a Built by the Red Stick cup.
Yes, indeed.
We got the shirt. Wait, where your top? Oh, there we go. We got the shirts. We got the cups now.
Merch is coming soon.
The producer said we got shoes on the way. So if you know, like I know, you know Sidekick's going to be posting them. We got the Built by the Red Stick shoes coming soon. All right. Oh, man.
So
hold on. How you drink out of this? This is so fancy.
You just slide a little.
Oh, here we go.
You know. So, yeah, man.
That's some high quality H2O.
Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
What are you, 50?
Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like, and you know what? I got to say this, bro, because it's been driving me. And I love the first episode, but I couldn't help but notice my side tooth. That side tooth. Look, I can hear my brother-in-law now saying, uh-oh, his tooth gone. Steve, I hear you, baby. Look, I promise you. We got cups now. My teeth is next. The side tooth is killing me. They got a whole Facebook thread about people missing the side tooth.
Stop
I know I'm going to end up being a meme. I'm going to end up being a meme, bro. I'm sorry.
I can't.
Oh, man.
Football season's here.
You can do it.
My dude's a Florida State fan. He's had a rough start to the season. It's all right, man. It's all right.
I did not get sober for this. This is not what I stressed less when I was using. Boston College?
Dude.
Wake Forest? I'm sorry, Georgia Tech?
Dude, LSU football ain't doing me no favors either. It's not doing me any favors either.
But at least you're in a state and a city where it's LSU fans, so you're not gonna have to hear anything. I'm probably the only.
You should be an LSU. You should be an LSU fan.
Well, see what had happened was.
I know.
I was born into this, man, and I'm loyal.
I got you.
About my loyalty.
I got you.
It's all over me. But man, Boston College.
It's rough. It's rough.
DJ, if you watching this, which you should be, because I'm a lawyer fan, come on down to Built by the Red Stick, bro, so we could talk to you a little bit, man. We can give you some of that good old Southern coaching, bro, and get your head back in the game.
Oh man,
the where, not a
why.
The why.
The why.
Whew.
Woo. You know, and look, man. It's only going to be a snippet of our why, and as we continue to go and continue to grow, we're just going to continue to talk about why we do the things we do, man. But you know, that's why I show up every day, right? My why is why I show up every day, and I have plenty of them that range all across different, reasonings, right? My kids, that's a why, right? Like I want to provide for them
Sometimes.
all the time, all the time.
I'm talking about me. But go ahead.
You want to provide for them all the time too, bro.
That's my babies.
Yeah.
That's my babies.
So, like when I got sober, like it was important for me to do something with my life, right? Like, did I dream that it would become what I'm doing today? No, right?
Right.
But like I knew that like I wanted to do something. And so I believe in we always say, built by adversity, led by courage, right? Built by the red stick, man. I believe that adversity and facing it with courage creates a purpose bigger than any of us could ever fathom. And so like my why, especially on this platform, like Built by the Red Stick, is because I love the city in which I grew up, man.
Facts.
I love it. Now, we got some crazy shit that goes on.
Yeah.
We do.
Every city do.
Love
my city. Love it.
But and it's, I mean, from just poor infrastructure. God, dude, I was driving the other day. I'm like, God, potholes. Where are they? I feel like we get a new one every day.
I think we the only state where you can actually get insurance on your tires because the road's so bad. I don't think no other state offer tire insurance. But
You got tire insurance?
I got tire insurance.
Do you really? Is that a real thing?
I don't know. It sounded good though.
So, but I love the city, man. And like, while there's so many things that we could point out about being, things being broken, right? There's also so much good that goes on, right? They're like on a day-to-day basis, the people that represent our community are good, right? Like, and will go to war behind each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes literal war, unfortunately.
And they just dropped the gun law aids.
Yeah. But like for me, it's like, what can I do to bring a positive impact to somebody somewhere, right? Like I do that with my work, right? That's Elevate, right? So like Elevate when I left the place I was at prior to opening Elevate, I remember it like it was yesterday. I had built the business plan a little bit and I've been working on it. And so like I lose my job, COVID, everything.
You didn't lose your job. They lost you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to be humble, but
we listening though.
And so I'm thinking and I'm like, what do I go get a new job? I could get a new job.
Right.
You
got a bunch of offers too.
Yeah.
And 7, I think.
There was a few.
They was wanted. Yeah.
There was a few. And I remember this saying kept coming into my head. And I don't even know where. I don't know if I don't know. But it was like, you can't make a splash in the pool if you don't jump in.
Yes, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was one of the scariest things in my life, right? To just jump in and open a small business and see where it goes, right? And the things that have transpired just by that decision, right? Like, so often we don't think about the impact our decisions have in a greater scheme. So many people are so focused on the here and now that they lose sight of the big picture. And don't get me wrong, it is important to worry about the moment and the present, but also to be planning and building for the future.
Right.
And I mean, there are, I say it all the time, like, I love the clients we get to help.
Right.
I do.
Right.
Man, but there's something powerful about those clients becoming employees, those employees becoming friends, those friends becoming brothers.
Or drink that make you higher than seeing that.
Oh, dude.
Like seeing somebody come in broken, fighting a DCFS case, probation, and then you running into them in Walmart or Target or wherever the case may be a year later, and, they running a department or, they gainfully employed here, got their kids full custody. Nothing greater than that.
hit you in the comment section, tell you about how.
Oh, bro, I had one last week. I almost cried a little bit. You know, we always talk about how I don't cry that much in public, but man, that was special. And like, that's what we do it for.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna talk about your why. I'm gonna let you keep going.
Well, we can talk about our why together. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
man,
Yin
right
yang,
there,
baby.
That's better than any form of payment, right? It's no monetary value you can put on somebody commenting or texting you saying like, hey, like you played a part of me being alive today.
And dude, the crazy thing is, and you know this about me, that is the hardest thing for me to accept when people
Compliments.
When people, especially that one, like you used to do it to me all the time, bro. Like
I did it last 2 days ago. Yeah.
Like Mike, bro, it's so crazy. You know, you just Mike, you did this, or I'm like, oh, did I really?
Yep. So when y'all see Mike in public, make sure you compliment him. He love compliments.
And so like that, you know, like. Dude, I mean, I get up every day ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a battle.
And not physical, like
no. Just
spiritual.
Just
like the
fight for a positive impact.
Yeah.
And look, man, some people might think this is unpopular, and I don't really care. You know me. I'm so tired of, how do I say this?
people dying.
Well, absolutely. But I'm getting to something a little bit more controversial. I'm so tired of the wrong things being hyped up because of connection, right? Like, man, I see it so many times. People sit, and there's a metaphor, so to speak, but people sit in their ivory tower talking about they want to do some change, but never come down to the people.
They're not in the trenches.
They're not in the trenches
Yeah.
and actually figure out how to do some change, man.
Yeah.
Like we live in a community and a society where we think that we're going to combat. And I'll talk on just this issue, right? I think there's a lot of issues that we combat in a wrong manner, but I'm entitled to be wrong as well.
Right.
But it's my
You're
views.
also entitled to your opinion.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
my
So,
views, right? And it's our podcast, so I
Yes,
get to
Lord.
speak
Your platform.
I get to speak my views.
Yeah. You got me ready to run through a wall
let's
right
go.
now.
But like we will hype up, and so in the drug abuse community, right? Like we'll hype up drug seizures and all of this stuff and locking people up when in reality, probably 80% of the people we lock up ain't drug dealers. They might have a bunch of dope,
Right.
but they middleman.
Right.
They are literally I guarantee you they might have a little bit of money because and look, I'm not condoning selling dope or anything by no means, but we live in a society where we congratulate those seizures and those lockups, but we have one of the lowest reimbursement rates for substance abuse treatment across the country.
You tapping into something that might be bigger than us right now, but
It
speak your motherfucking truth.
Ain't nothing bigger than
here
me,
for
dude.
it.
I talk, bro. I talk. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
you said a mouthful just now.
You know, like we condone our for-profit prison system that's constantly locking people up, but we got treatment centers struggling to just get by. And I get it. Everybody would be like, well, he owns a treatment center. Of course he thinks that way. It ain't even about that. Like
And I know you personally, I ain't gonna go too in depth, but like you didn't really get into that to make money like right off the bat.
No.
It's gonna happen because that's just how it happens.
It's a
But
business.
You genuinely want to help people.
Yeah.
You genuinely want to provide a place to where you know it was gonna be good treatment, right? And it started all the way from you all the way down to your tech.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To your admissions director, to your counselors. You was able to handpick people that you knew would give people the best course of treatment. And you say this all the time. You was like, you know, you would love nothing more one day than have to close the doors because everybody's
That would be my
better.
dude.
Like,
I would gladly go do something else. Hopefully, I can do podcasting because this thing blows up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all blow this thing up.
Thanks to hey, look, our subscribers,
Yes.
but they looking for it.
We couldn't do it without them.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That is, of course, never lost upon us. But I would love nothing more than to have to go do something different.
Yeah.
Right. But those are the things that push me. Right. Like unjust in my mind, right? And look, I'll get on my soapbox. I don't care. I have a feeling, I have a belief about it, and it's my belief. And like I said in episode 1, like, we can disagree on something and still be friends. We can also disagree on something. I can start to understand your view, and you can start to understand my view, so we can collaborate together and meet in the middle. Because, you know, the old saying is there's always 3 sides to a story, right? There's my side, your side, and somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Right.
And I think it's the same way with viewpoints, right? There's my viewpoint, your viewpoint, and somewhere in the middle is how it should be. And I'm not saying that it's all black and white, and of course there's gray area.
No pun intended.
But there's gotta be more than just hyping up something because the person who's running it has some good connections. So we're gonna blast it and hype it up and make it look like it's this big ordeal, when in reality, they're not really fighting in the trenches. They're not really doing any positive impact, right? Like, anything can look positive. You can spin anything. But what are we doing behind closed doors? Man, like, we've always prided ourselves on this becoming a vulnerable moment for us. And I don't talk about it a lot because I'm not looking for congratulations and stuff. Like, I'm the type that I just put my head down and I'm like, I'm going to work, dude. But the beginning of Elevate, I was there at 7 in the morning and I didn't leave till 9 o'clock at night.
Seen that.
And I wasn't getting paid.
I seen it.
I was accepting any and every client that came, whether we were in network with their insurance or not, and giving them the same treatment.
You was even driving a van sometimes, picking up clients. I remember.
Yeah. And
I remember.
So don't sit there and tell me that I don't care. Now, just because I don't show the way I care, the way you want me to show it,
Right.
don't tell me I don't care.
Right.
Because I attribute some of the things that's happened in my personal life, some of the negative things that happened in my personal life, you know, such as, you know, failed relationships and shit like that, as to the fact that I at some points worked so much time that I wasn't able to be emotionally there for them.
Yeah.
I pour myself into it, and I want there to be more change in this city. And then, like, why not? Why can't you ever hear that Baton Rouge created a program or implemented something that is now being studied by other states or other cities to implement because it's doing so damn good?
Right.
Why not? You know?
Bro. So you said something about the trenches, and that in itself is a big part of my why. You know what I mean? Because my parents did a great job at raising me. Gwanda and Ronnie Jr. did a phenomenal job at raising me.
Absolutely. I think you're an amazing person.
Yeah. My sisters, they did a great job at being supportive and being sisters and, you know, doing what sisters do. But somewhere along the way, I got lost, right? And so I know what it's like to be lonely, homeless, you know, overdoses, the suicide attempts. I know what it's like to not have had human contact so long that you just want to hug, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've been there with the dark cloud around me. And then getting to see this side of things and still knowing what it's like over there, man, I'm going to reach back to anybody I can.
And help pull them over.
Any way I can. Like, you make a joke about it all the time. I'm working 7 different jobs right now.
On the phone all the time.
All the time. And you know, the people in the community know, you know, so I'm not doing this for clout.
No.
You know, I'm not doing this for clicks. Because it's a lot of stuff that I do, or we do, you know what I mean, that we don't even post. You know what I mean? Of course, we're going to post the podcast. We're going to promote it because we feel that this is a positive platform, like you said, that people need. And that's how we combat negativity with positivity. But it's a lot of stuff that go into this that we don't put in the newspaper. We don't put on Facebook, because I genuinely would rather, I would rather not be here anymore than to see one person go through what I went through.
Welcome to Elevate, a place for people like you, built by people just like you.
We're committed to helping all elevate from the destruction of addiction. I hope I would give somebody who's either new in recovery or that's currently struggling with addictions, today can be the last day that you struggle, the last day that you wonder how you're going to have to chase down that drink, that fix, whatever the case may be for you.
At Elevate, we embody more than treatment. It's about passion, love, understanding, truly being your partner on your path to recovery.
Our staff treats substance abuse and co-occurring mental health disorders with a multidisciplinary approach to best fit our clients' needs. We all just embrace each other. We genuinely care, check up on each other. And it's not an act. You matter. You're more than what you've allowed yourself to assume you were.
When perseverance, hard work, and dedication meets, success happens.
At Elevate, we have a variety of programs to fit our clients' personal needs, such as intensive outpatient, and the aftercare program.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, give us a call. Elevate. Do more than recover. Leave a legacy. I know for a fact the thing, cause like we talk about, man, we are brothers. Like skip all the other bullshit. We are brothers.
Facts.
We talk every day.
Every day.
And
a lot of times
a day. And it ain't phone calls. We FaceTime.
I need to see that face.
Yeah.
I need to get in there.
But like I know the lengths you go to help people that you've never met.
Yep.
I mean, of course, every now and then people come along that you know knew your past and maybe ran with you and stuff, and they reach out. But like I know the trenches that you battle. I know like you're out there and you're putting your face out there. And like that's another one of my whys, and I think you would agree with me on this. I don't want to be anonymous.
Right.
I don't want to be anonymous.
Yep.
I get why in the beginning it was, and I'm not sitting here saying I'm the poster child for nothing. I'm not saying it. But I want you to know what I've been through, so if you're going through it, you're going to reach out.
Yep. I agree 100%.
Like our intro video, it's got where we were, man.
Old life, new life.
It's got it.
Yep.
Like, seeing you like that, dude.
And then that's just the physical look.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I look like that, just imagine how I felt.
That doesn't even encompass the misery
Yes.
in which that life led.
I know what it's like to break every mirror in the house because you don't want to look at yourself, or keep your head down in public because you're too ashamed to look anybody in the eye.
You talked about side tooth, right? Like, and I know you were saying it as a joke, or not even a joke.
Side kick, side tooth, side snack, bro. I was just a side bitch, bro. God.
But so like, not a lot of people know this, but in 2019, I had a bunch of dental work done because my teeth were bad, right?
But you frowned so much you couldn't even tell. I was so terrified of you, man. But go ahead, I'm listening.
So I like that was a byproduct. Yes, drugs affected it, right? Yeah. But that was a byproduct. Like this is where addiction leads to, for me, like the darkness in my head. I wouldn't even shower or brush my teeth because in every bathroom's a mirror, and I didn't want to see what was looking back at me at that thing.
Yep.
You know?
Damn, I feel it.
And like, I remember those days, man. I remember, like, I know what it's like to, like you said, man, my mom and dad are amazing people.
Yeah, they are.
Like, they are amazing people. And they worked their ass off to give me everything and damn near anything I wanted and needed.
Yep.
And like you, man, like I drifted into a lifestyle that I had no business living, and B, didn't need to, right? Like I drifted into the lifestyle. It wasn't just using dope. Like I tried to drift into that lifestyle.
Yep.
And
everything in the getting it out the mud.
Yeah.
Then it worked in a plant. I had a car at 12. What you getting out the mud? What are you talking about?
and so like, So like I know that mind spot.
Yeah.
I know that mind space, man. Like that is the like we talk about it sometimes like with your attempts on suicide, man. Like and I've never had a actual attempt, but there were more days than there weren't where I was trying to shove as much heroin into my arm that I never woke up. Never woke up. And to think about like me and you talk about it, and we were talking about prior to recording this, like to still know where we came from makes where we're at so profound to me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like to me.
Yes.
I don't need nobody to be proud of me because I'm proud of me.
100%. Man, that's crazy. And I told you, when we shot this episode, it was like, I get into that mode where, every once in a while we take that moment where we step back and just look at it. And like that's now. And again, it's not about the physical side of things, right? Because weight gonna be gained, smiles come back.
Yeah.
But it's the eternal chaos, misery that I was at that makes this smile, side tooth or no side tooth, that makes this smile worth it.
Absolutely.
That make me want to get in front of as many people as I can because I dodged people for so long, right? I talk about all the time, I have 4 biological kids and 2 step kids, right? Luckily for the step kids, they didn't have to see this life. But 3 of my biological kids, they was affected directly.
Absolutely.
Right? My oldest baby, Naya, like I was so in and out of her life.
Yeah, how old is she?
She's 17 now.
So you've been sober 5
years.
Right.
So she's on, and just being vulnerable since, this is a vulnerable podcast. Out of those 5, only 2.5 been quality.
Right.
Because I spent the first 2.5 years trying to figure out who I was without the substance.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people, like, they think, when I get, so used to say this all the time, it's not just rainbows, blow pops, or blow jobs or something. The rainbow, popsicles and blow jobs, right?
Right.
So you gonna spend, I spent 6 years using heroin. There's no way 30 days was going to combat that.
No.
There's no way a year was going to combat that. You know what I mean? So I had to take time to still figure out who I was, right? Then on top of that, I got 2 other ones that I hadn't spent time with. So my kids still haven't had they due justice yet as far as having a father. Now, I will tell you, like you alluded to at the beginning, every phone call I take, every day that I wake up, it's to be a better person, right? And if I'm come better, they got a better dad.
Yep.
And then, Jaden, he play basketball, and
Hooping.
He hooping. And he gonna be taller than me, bud.
That's awesome.
I need to talk to his mama and make sure he really cause how does the son be taller than the dad? Anyway, I'm sorry. But
Dude. I'm not a tall human being, but I'm the tallest person in my family by a head.
Yeah, but Jaden is like, he gonna be tall, bro. He like 5'11" right now. Like he right there. All he need is a pair of 2-inch shoes, and he at my forehead. But it's like it's so many things that I had to do to get to this point, to where it's like you said, I don't want to be anonymous, right?
No.
You know what I mean? Like I'm going to put myself in everything. I'm gonna put myself in everybody's face because I remember. Like I'm here now, but I remember that.
And it's important. It's important that no, scratch that. It's not important that everybody knows because we know. But we do that not for our own, like it's not for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for us.
It's not.
You were talking about and it made me think about it, like how beautiful of a transition mentally it is, like, and being able to look back on it. But like you talk about like this lifestyle change and this creation of a beautiful life and a beautiful person that we become as we grow. It's crazy to think that 2 dudes, and we'll talk about the emotional side of it. 2 dudes who went to bed every night, not caring if they wake up.
Yep.
Now wake up every morning ready to just make the most out of every day.
Every day. I'm talking about feet hit the floor, it's time to get it.
Yeah.
And I talk about this in my story too a lot, for those that heard my story. Like my last suicide attempt was April 11th, 2019. I shoved a gram of heroin into my arm and took 150 milligram Elavil pills. That's for depression, like a depressant mixed with a suppressant. I just knew I was gonna be out, but that didn't happen. Right? My life flashed before my eyes. God showed me everything. It was so vivid, and so at that moment, I asked God to spare my life, and I'll bid His work well. So what you seeing is a byproduct of the covenant that I made with God. That's another reason why I go so hard, because my life is not my own no more, right? I tried to surrender my life 6 times, right? So, and I'm not saying that God put me on drugs. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that He put the drugs in my path. What I am saying is that He had His hands on me the entire way, because He knew that He would need people like us.
Absolutely.
Strong soldiers in this army to combat this thing that we combating.
Yeah.
It's no handcuff, it's no jail sentence, it's no the toughest prison in America couldn't keep me off drugs.
No, it's not. That's not how it shakes down,
right,
man.
100%.
Like, we've been trying to treat things with the wrong remedies over and over and over again, and that, dude, that is one of my biggest whys. Is how long are we gonna beat our head against the, excuse my language, the fucking wall, while children die from overdose?
Man, they just had like a 5-year-old, I think, maybe a few months ago, died from a fentanyl maybe 5 or 6 years old. And listen, we're not saying people don't belong in jail.
No,
we're not saying that. They do have some people that do belong there.
Absolutely.
But we're just saying the people like me. I know people see me now and don't associate me with that. But I have to, right? That's a constant daily reminder of what it's like back right on the other side of that wall. Those people need help. They need spiritual guidance. They need treatment. They need separation from the substance. They need a reason to live.
And insurance in Louisiana, Medicaid, and everything else, they need more than 30 days. They need more than 30 days. Now, I'm talking to a brick wall with that, because
we're going to have insurance companies in our comments like, oh no,
I get, I'm talking
with my quarterly bonus now.
I get, I'm talking to a brick wall, but man, like, it's just not enough. Like, dude, my first stint in treatment, in residential treatment, not the IOP and the aftercare that I continued with after, and I didn't even stay sober this time.
Plus.
It was 69 days in residential.
No,
69 days in residential.
That's a long time. I mean, not in the grand scheme.
No, not in the grand scheme. But
that's what they said. That's a long time.
Right. And now you lucky if people getting 28 days in residential. Man, think about this. And you might remember this, but when I used to do education, I used to do an education called my rehab math, right? And so if we look at 28 days of residential treatment.
Oh, yeah, I do remember this.
That's 4 weeks.
Yep.
Right? So out of those 4 weeks, on average, we're going to have 8 days that are weekends that we're not doing nothing. So now we're down to 20 days.
20 days.
Right? So the first week you go in there, you're feeling like shit because you're on dope or coming off of dope. That's not a good feeling.
Yep.
So we're going to take those 5 away. Now we're down to 15. Then the last week, if it's natural instinct to kind of like start thinking about, getting out, and sometimes you're going to have these days where you kind of just drift off and whatnot. So let's take away those 5 days. So now we're down to 10. So out of those 10 days, if you're doing assignments, it's mostly group therapy. So all group therapy is not going to be about you.
Yep.
Right? So maybe 3 of them are days where you're getting to present an assignment and the
little feedback,
getting a little feedback
from other sick people,
right?
Too, by the way.
and then there's another maybe 4 days where you're like really feeling it and you're like giving impact and somebody's sharing their stuff and you're relating and stuff like that. So in reality, we're looking at 7 days.
Yep.
7 days. Off of years of been doing dope and
That's
ripping and running, man.
To combat a situation that took years. And then, so I think, too, I developed these tendencies before I even put a substance in my body.
Absolutely.
So you really can look at 20-plus years of the behaviors and all that.
The substance is a byproduct.
Right.
And I think that's where the confusion with treatment gets so messed up. Is they're like, 30 days is enough to get off drugs.
Right.
Okay, But if I don't change the behaviors that I was using to get on drugs, 30 days ain't enough to do that.
Right.
And neither is like 60 or neither is 90. But that's a hell of a lot better start than 10 days of real therapy, because the drugs and alcohol were a byproduct to the shit that I was. I was insecure before I used drugs. I didn't like myself before I did drugs. I had lots of chaos before I did drugs. That's why I did drugs.
Preach.
I was trying to calm that chaos down. I remember getting high the first time and I was like, oh my God, I like me.
This is what I've been missing.
I like me.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it boomeranged and took me out and started those insecurities. It amplified them.
Yep.
That chaos, it amplified them. But I have to get to the point where in a healthy living environment, I can have the ability to start creating new behaviors, which is why me and you talked about it. There ain't a prison cell in America that is going to change a drug addict.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like I said, I am not sitting here saying, let's just let society run wild and not have consequences for our actions. Anybody knows me, they know I'm a big proponent of consequences for your action. I tell people all the time, I might say some shit that pisses you off. It might make you want to hit me. That's fine. Just don't hit me because I'm gangster enough to call the police.
So what was my consequences for my action when you fired me? Because I ain't even do nothing. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You was in your bag. I'm sorry. I just had to ask.
I didn't fire you, bro.
I'm sorry. You was in your bag. You are gangster enough to call it. I remember when you said that.
And they right down the street.
I'm telling you, they right next door.
They right-
They're right next door. Moral of the story is we need to bring back 90-day treatment. Or better.
I'm not even saying that. Like, because I understand the financial aspect that the toll. I get all of that, and that there has to be a happy medium. All I'm saying is my why and my fight to continue to do what I'm doing is because what we're currently doing ain't working.
Yes, Lord.
It's not. And like a big thing in it, dude, I don't know. I'll have to look at it on my time. But a big thing that pisses me off. I mean, just
Grinds your gears.
grinds my damn gears is the hype of shit that don't work because you got connections. And look, I'm not telling you that what all I got works. I don't know that. But we're not even convening to come up with a compromise of ideas that can move forward.
Right.
It's all, and I understand that it goes way higher than me where those decisions are made, right? I understand that. But you got all these people that run for political office that run on a platform of we got to do something about the opioid epidemic and then get elected in office and don't do shit about the opioid epidemic. But then will hype up that we're actually making a change.
Yeah.
Come to fucking Baton Rouge then if we're making a change, there are people who are changing.
Yeah.
There are.
Go to 70805 and tell me if you know what I mean. If we
Like,
making
there's people that are being impacted.
Yeah.
There's people that are getting help. Absolutely. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I've helped. My facility has helped plenty of people. Ronnie has helped countless people.
Countless.
Countless.
Yep.
People that are doing great today. And that's why we keep going as well. But don't tell me that the policies that are in effect are creating generational change.
Yeah.
Because that's what needs to happen. We need to create a generational change because what we're leaving for our kids ain't it.
So you said something. You said we got our viewpoint, their viewpoint, and then we can meet in the middle. So, I think we should have one of them on the show and give them an opportunity to, because I'm ignorant to certain stuff. I don't know everything, and I'm sure you don't, don't feel like you know everything.
Absolutely not.
Maybe we can have like a healthy conversation or a
look,
healthy,
debate.
you know what I'm saying? We speak something to existence,
Look, I'm always for it and will always embrace it. And look, I will listen with an open mind. Absolutely. Like I don't know if it's you I've talked to about this before, but like one of my favorite things to do is educate myself on both sides of a topic to the point where I can argue for or against either option so that I am well-rounded within my own opinion that resonates in my core. Because there's a difference between what I can spout and talk about versus what resonates in my core. And I believe if more people could get to the point where they can spout the opposite of viewpoint, the opposite of their viewpoint, that's where understanding happens.
100%.
That's where understanding happens.
I agree.
We talk about
Mike for president.
No.
You got my vote.
No.
Let me get my voting rights back, though. But you got my vote.
So your why, right? Like we talked about some good things, and I feel like I've gotten a little heated.
No, you needed that. This is the platform to do that. They know my why is to wake up, stay in the trenches, and get people out just like me. If I'm able to see somebody like Come On that gets me higher than any other drug or any drink has ever done, period. My why is simple. I'm not as beautiful and elegant with it. Like, I want to help people, period. That's my why.
Point blank, period.
Point blank, period. They ain't got to cut no corners. I ain't got no hidden motive. That's it. Because I remember what it was like to be lonely, homeless, suicidal, mental health out of control, undiagnosed mental health, the feeling of neglect, abandonment, and not even from people, from myself. So, like, I remember all those things, and I would hate and I refuse to let anybody feel like that, period. Period. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than Nino Brown.
So they call my boy Ronnie.
Any time of the, I don't care. Listen. I'm gonna look in the camera when I say this.
Ooh,
I don't care.
Look at him in the eyes.
What time it is. I don't care what day it is. I don't care what holiday it is. If you are struggling, if you are going through a crisis, if you having feelings that you don't understand, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, Ronnie LaDuff. I'm on Instagram, Sidekicks. I'm on TikTok, Ronell86. Hell, you can even reach me on a Built by the Red Stick page. I am here to help you. That means you. You right there watching this. You. I'm talking to you. The one that's probably in tears listening to my voice because you know what I'm saying is real. I'm talking to you. Reach out. You don't have to suffer in silence. And look, I'm going to tell this story real quick and I'm going to let us go. I know we got to get out of here, right? So an old timer told me this when I came in the rooms, and I never forgot it, right? They had this guy, he got trapped in a hole. So a police officer came by the hole, seen a dude down there screaming, it's like, hey man, I can't get out. The cop tried to help him get out. He didn't have the tools to get him out. He couldn't get him out. He said, man, look, I'm going to go back to the precinct and get some help. I'm going to get you. The dude like, please come back. I'm going to die here. A firefighter come by the hole. He see the dude dehydrated, can barely talk, still trying to scream, help, like I'm going to die down here. So the firefighter go get a ladder. The ladder not long enough to get the guy out of the hole. So he like, look, I got to go back to the firehouse and get some more equipment. I'm coming back. The dude like, please come back. The other guy didn't. I need to get out of here. I'm going to die. So a guy in AA came by. The guy was like, he looked, he seen the dude screaming, seen him crying. The dude jumped in the hole with him. The dude said, man, what are you doing now? We both stuck. The guy said, look, I've been here before. I know the way out. Follow me. So I'm the dude jumping in the hole with y'all. Like, I've been there. I know the way out, and I hadn't forgotten where I came from. So please reach out.
And I can testify. I done seen you jump in so many holes.
Yes, man.
Figuratively.
Shoes, they still creased up, baby.
See, like, it's one of the most inspirational lights in my life is that I've had the pleasure of watching your growth. You know what I mean? Like, yep. That's one of the highlights of my keep going reels, right? Like, you know, you have those moments where you're like really beat down and you're like, man, how do I keep going?
Yeah.
And then picturing people like you, like seeing where you came from to where you are now, like those are the powerful moments that you talk about, where people on Facebook or people you run into somebody at the mall, or you run into somebody at Walmart or Target or anywhere, and they're just like, Mike, man, or Ronnie, man, hey, how, and they just look good,
Yeah.
and the joy of life has returned to their eyes, because there is nothing more defeating than, not defeating, I'm not going to say defeating, but there's nothing more hurtful and powerful than looking at somebody in the eyes and seeing the defeat that used to be in your eyes, seeing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. Because you look, and it don't matter, black, white, brown, yellow, green, blue, orange, purple. In the eyes, you can, pain is pain.
Pain is pain.
Pain is pain. And to watch somebody grow from that, and then to see that again and give them that olive branch of hope.
Yep.
Like, hey, I was there. Because make no mistake about it, they see us now, but we earned our chairs.
Oh my God.
We earned.
And look, I can't even take all the credit. My support system is fire. My parents, my fiance, my kids.
I'm talking about earned our chairs and knowing what misery was.
Oh yeah. That too. But I was just coupling, like, you know what I'm saying, like how I get to keep going as well, because my support system too behind me is phenomenal, and I think hands down I got one of the best support systems, bro. I love all my people, from my parents to my fiance, friends that became family, you know, my sisters, like you know what I mean? Like, y'all really are the people behind me. Like, I'm behind this Built by the Red Stick cup right here that might be on sale soon. You know, y'all give me the time to become great.
Yes.
And to be able to, you know, affect change on people.
And look, I think I said it last episode, and I might, you'll probably, if people tune in,
they don't tune in.
They'll hear it.
Oh, they checking for Built by the Red Stick.
They'll hear it over and over and over again. It is our light that most frightens us, not our darkness.
Hallelujah.
It's within all of us. We are all meant to shine as children of God. It's not just in some of us. Greatness is in everybody. Sometimes you just need that one person to help, to tell you, I know the way out. Come on.
Yep.
To hop in the trenches with you.
In there with you.
To hop in there with you. And it's a joy to watch that happen over and over and over again in your life, my life, and I hope we can continue to do it. I hope this platform gives us the ability to reach more and more and more people. So yeah, man, I appreciate another fire episode.
Another fire episode.
My
dude,
dog.
The why.
Why.
And as always, we want to thank each and every one of our subscribers, our future subscribers, everybody that has liked, shared the shared the content, everybody who has commented on the content. Like, we see y'all. We love y'all for that. Like, you are special. You deserve it. And we love you. As always, we'll be back at the same time, the same place, with the same producer. Built by the Red Stick, baby.
Woo!
Built by adversity, led by courage.
Yes, indeed, man. Y'all have a good afternoon. We love y'all.
Word.